students, hope you are okay. Let us continue the next part of economics lesson, the story of village Parambur. In the last class, we discussed about the land as one of the most important factor of production. Now it is about labor. Labor is provided by people who are willing to do any kind of job. All workers are laborers. In case of agriculture, lots of manual labor is required. It will be provided by mainly by small farmers and their family. In the last class, we talked about that farmers in villages may not be landed people. Some of them may have very less acres of land, or some others are landless. These landless farmers or farmers with a small plot of land will be forced to do their job in the land of medium or large farmers. A farm laborer is a worker who gets wages for his labor either as cash or as products. Wages for every step of farming activities will be vary from place to place and also according to season. Farming activities are really seasonal. Some of them will be appointed at the time of sowing seeds, or some others will be appointed at the time of harvesting. So it is very difficult for them to get a continuous job throughout the year. Most probably, job will be obtained only for 5 to 7 months of an year. Laborers here need to face a problem of unemployment for the remaining months of an year. People in villages are mainly depending on daily wages. That means they must regularly look for a work every day, even though it is in case of agriculture. And government fixed 300 rupees as minimum wage for a farm laborer in 2017. And many are getting low wages as heavy competition is prevailing for work in villages like Parambur, because many of the people are really unemployed and also are less educated. So as people are ready to work even for low wages, they are not able to compete with others and will be forced to do job with lower wages. So laborers are ready for even low payment job also. That's why farm workers are normally come to the category of poorest in the village. As land and labor is discussed here, let us come to the another important factor of production, that is capital. We know that in order to increase production, currently farmers are practicing modern methods of farming which require large amount of money. Here money is considering as capital. In case of medium or large farmer, they can manage the amount easily by themselves. But for a small farmer, they need to depend on rich farmers or traders or money lenders in order to arrange the modern techniques for their agricultural activity. The rate of interest for such loans will be very high, so that the small farmers are facing difficulty to refund it back and become really distressed. Medium or large farmers have their earnings or savings to manage their farm activities and no need to depend anybody. So they will become richer again because they have everything in their own hand. Let us check what is doing with the surplus product after using modern farming methods, not in Parambur but in all villages. Suppose if wheat or any other important products already harvested in large quantity, definitely they retain a part of that production for use of their family and will sell the remaining or the balance to the traders as a whole, and they will sell it as retail to the shoppers in the nearby towns and cities. So when farming develops, it leads to another form of economic activities like trading too. The large and medium farmers keep their profit as a capital for next year, or they will use this money either to buy cattle or trucks or to set up a shop also. These also are open a way to non-farming activities in every type of villages. We find that surplus production through modern farming activities leads to trade and opening of shops for different crops like rice, wheat, sugar, tea, oil, biscuit, etc. And some other products like soap, toothpaste, batteries, etc. also started in every villages. So, one of the important non-farming activity is opening of shops and development of trade. Other common activity is dairy, which means milk and milk production. As many of the people of Palambur have buffaloes, as their wages from farming is not sufficient to meet their ends, they started to feed their buffaloes well and they started to sell milk in the needy people in the nearby village itself. And milk from all the farmers were collected by another group of people and in another center, and this milk is transported to different cities. So they were earning something more from dairy along with the farming. Now come to the another important non-farming activities possibly formed in Palambur village or in any other village, just like opening of small scale manufacturing units. Most of these units will be function at home itself, and the laborers mainly may be from own family without having no any hired labor. So that is another important non-farming activity. And to support all these activities like dairy, shops or manufacturing units, another important type of non-farming activity or another type of earning is development of transportation, where many started to earn from their service, just like transporting goods from one place to another. Many have trucks, jeeps or tractors for earnings. So another type of job also possible there. Rickshawalas or tongawalas or bullock cart etc. also found in villages commonly. So in order to earn a life, people are depending on farming and non-farming activities. Dairy, shopping, transportation and small scale manufacturing units etc. are the common non-farming activities which would develop in coming years, not in Palambur alone but everywhere. So as this village is an example for other part of the country, everyone can utilize the available resources and opportunities to earn a better income to improve our day-to-day life. So children, from this chapter we studied about the possible activities in everywhere or not in villages but everywhere in order to find out an earning by their own. So let us conclude this chapter, hoping a better change in economic activities of ourselves and in our nation. Thank you. Have a nice day.